Okay, I thought I'd do some closers today. It's been a while since I played this. They just dropped a pretty significant update. They added Tier 4 and Tier 5 to the Purification drops. I was able to get Tier 4 on Harpy's Core, but if you remember back when they added Purification, basically the same thing is happening again. There's a very distinct lack of the crafting materials and things like that, especially cache items. So I don't even think Jay is in the pipeline right now, unfortunately, because I had to get a lot of the shape memory devices to get these up to Tier 4. So I'll look at the auction house right now. The prices have gone down quite a bit. I think I paid like 120 million for a shape memory device like 2 days ago, and now it's down to 100 million flat. Now, these used to go for like 60 million, so there's some pretty massive inflation going on at the moment. However, they do have some Black Friday deals going on at the moment. I was actually given $5 of their cash credit for free, I guess because I've spent money on this game throughout the past few months, especially during the summer when there wasn't really anything going on. So if you play this game and you haven't been on for a while, you might want to log on to your NMAS Entertainment account and see if you got credited $5. I don't know what the threshold is. I haven't spent any money on this game in a while, but it just kind of randomly gave it to me. So there's a couple things you could ideally spend that on without spending any other money. Also, if you did the Soma level up challenge, then that actually gives you another $5 as well. So the shape memory device is the equivalent of about $8. You can make a lot of money off that, but however, you're going to need a lot for yourself. So unless you've had crazy luck and you've got your stuff where you want it at Tier 5, then I probably wouldn't recommend doing this. Now, Transcendental Elixirs are going to be really important because the materials to craft the new stones for the upgrading or the transcending past level 3 are all pretty hard to get, so it's actually nice that you can get a couple of these for free with that 500 EMP and then use that to try to get to Tier 4. So like I said, I don't have any of the new stuff right now. However, they did add the compound trinkets. And you can see them here. Basically, these will combine all 6 of the trinkets you normally get from here. All these, it will combine them into 3 slots. But I'm still quite a ways away from getting those. So I'm going to go ahead and finish my last replica run. Contamination Hell is pretty difficult. I can't really clear it by myself, and it's not really fun anyway because of how much health they have. So I usually wait until one of the other NMAS partners is actually streaming, and I just leech off his party. I'm glad that they raised the rates on the Tier 1 to 3 of the Transcendence, because, man, I was getting really pissed off at that. That's one of the reasons why I took a break for a while. I didn't even really want to play Soma, mainly because of that. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of this level here. It gets annoying fighting this thing. It's a lot less annoying when you have someone else actually doing DPS as well, but I don't really have, like, a super optimized character. I think the problem with this game when they add, like, a new like power creep type thing is that there's not enough players that like actually spend money on the auction house or on the cash shop, I mean. So a lot of the materials basically go into like this crazy high demand literally overnight, like between the maintenance that they do, and the maintenance for this game is only like 2 hours or so. So I've never really been much of a whale on any of these games, but this is definitely a game where you could make a ton of in-game money if you actually did spend real money on it. Simply because you can just buy all the things that are in high demand and they'll sell pretty much instantly, especially if you undercut other people on the auction house. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. So later on, we're supposed to be getting Nitocris. I don't know how to pronounce that, but basically it's this boss that will drop like transcendable receivers. So I'm not really sure what the point of these is. It's basically the same thing, but you can't transcend them. And I think they can roll an EX skill, like cooldown reduction or CDR. So that's pretty interesting. We don't have that yet. The next update is basically a filler one. They're going to be doing like some kind of summer rotating winter event or something. So probably the next update after that is maybe when we'll see that. I like the purification system, and I also hate it at the same time. I like how, you know, it actually does change the game. It changes your moveset, and it's not just stuff like DFO where everything just does 10% more damage. It actually does change your moveset. What I don't like is the transcending of the items. It's a real pain in the ass, especially right now. You know, there's not really a lot of shape memory devices and transcendental elixirs on the auction house right now. So unless you want to spend real money, it can be really difficult to transcend things up to level 5, unless you're just really lucky. But I do like how this gear is actually designed to not be replaced. Basically, they're just kind of iterating and improving on the existing gear that we've had for a few months now. I like that very much. You know, DFO has the Chronicle mechanic and stuff, but all that shit's useless because, you know, the Epic gear is so much better, and most of the Epic gear doesn't actually change the way that you play. It basically just adds boring stuff like more damage or attack speed and things like that. So I like that this game definitely goes in a different direction. It's just, I think it's mainly just an issue of there's just not that many players, and there's even less players that are spending enough money to populate the auction house with the cash items needed to transcend your gear, you know, with in-game money. Now, it's a problem in pretty much every game, you know, like they've always said with like mobile games and stuff, you know, you have like a couple people that are like unhealthily obsessed with it, that spend thousands, that spend their like life savings on it, and they basically pay for like everybody else under them who either doesn't spend any money at all, or they spend a casual amount, like maybe $20, $30 or something. It's just the problem is amplified here because we all need these cash items, and there's just not enough people actually putting them up. And actually, since they all need them themselves, even though they're having all these sales and stuff right now, it's not exactly fixing the problem. And I guess another issue is that, you know, they're charging money for these, so how much can they really give out for free? Like this one gives you 3 shape memory devices, so that would be enough to get one item to tier 5 from tier 3, and then you'll be able to get another one to tier 4. Or you could just sell it and maybe try to fund something else. But obviously everybody needs these shape memory devices because everybody has optimized their tier 3 gear months ago. At least most people have. So it's basically the main reason why they're in such high demand right now. The elixirs are pretty much the same deal. I haven't really seen any of the additives or whatever they're called, that the potions that increase the drop rate or the success rate. So everybody's using those as well. Now, if you go on their site, there's actually some Black Friday deals. There will be some all the way through the 26th, I believe. So you might want to check your email and your EME account and see if you have that 500 EMP. There isn't anything you can buy with that directly, but like I said, the best things you could probably get is some of the elixirs if you don't want to spend any real money. Or if you do have some EMP left over on your account, it's probably best to get the shape memory device because those are in extremely high demand and you can also sell them if you don't need them for whatever reason. Anyway, I don't really think I have too many other dailies left at the moment. Go ahead and grab this mission. So I think I will go ahead and stop there. Hopefully I'm able to get help from that the guy who streams this, who's also an EME partner, and he can carry me through this. I'll probably have to do that for a couple weeks until I get this done. And then at that point, I will look into making a Harpy and J guide. I don't really think there's a whole lot to say at this point. The gear in this game, it's kind of like how Diablo 3 is right now before this new patch that they're talking about, where everyone pretty much runs the same thing. It's mostly just people have different things on their gear, and you know how optimized it is, how much money they've spent to get a plus 14, or if they're just like ridiculously or uncannily lucky and they've gotten plus 14s or higher or something like that. So there's not really a whole lot to say. If people would like a Harpy or J guide, I can try to look into that as soon as possible. Maybe once I get the optimized compound trinkets for one of those characters. Anyway, that's it, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.